Closer to home, the town of Lincoln has a new plan to respond to Trump's tariffs. It's formed the Lincoln Tariff Response Team to support businesses in the area deal with the evolving trade war with the U.S. The town's Economic Development Office, as well as the Downtown Beamsville BIA and the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, will work together on the team to help protect Lincoln's interests. For more on this, I'm joined by the mayor of the town of Lincoln, Sandra Easton. Mayor Easton, what will the response team do?
Well, first of all, there's a great push to buy local, and there'll be more on that in the next few days. But it's about advocacy and policy influence, education and resources to the businesses where they need them, business support and consultation. This is not unlike what happened during COVID. And really to build that community resilience by building the campaign and reinforcing with the rest of the community how important it is to support the local businesses.
What are you hearing from business leaders about what they want you to do to support them during this trade war?
Well, I can provide you with some very specific information. There's 532 businesses that are in Niagara, and about 5.8 billion in goods go to the USA. In Lincoln, 73% of our businesses export to the US. So one of the businesses that I'm talking about that's quite substantial is the 2 billion Canadian that's represented with flowers. 500 million of those come out of Lincoln alone, and 50% of those go south. So what are we hearing from a big company like our greenhouses? They tell us that their deliberations have been based on relationships, and they've reinforced that with us, that they do better when they negotiate with the strength of their friendships, and they hope that any discussions that take place are able to keep that into account. Other than that, they want to be with us. They want to talk to us. They want to know that we're going to support them with information, accurate information, removal of red tape, whatever it takes to move forward with any improvements in their position.
You mentioned some very strong ties between Niagara and the U.S., the town of Lincoln. With that in mind, how much of an economic impact do you think these tariffs could have on your town?
Well, in Lincoln, we have 96 businesses in total that would be impacted as far as we can determine, and that's for about 4,057 jobs that fall within that grouping.
Are people in town worried about losing their jobs? We heard there's a poll today saying that 40% of Canadians are concerned that these tariffs could lead to job cuts.
Well, I think definitely if you're working with the greenhouse industry, there's a worry until unless there's an easing up from the other end on individual businesses. However, yes, if the business you work for relies on exports to the United States, absolutely, that people are going to be worried.
Mayor Easton, I want to get your reaction to something that actually just happened before the show began. Premier Doug Ford saying that he had a very positive meeting with Lutnick, the representative from the Trump administration. How do you feel hearing that he considers it a positive meeting, and how do you grade the Ford administration's job during this tariff war?
Well, from the beginning, I was very pleased that the Premier took his position as the head of, the chair, if you will, of the other premiers in a very serious way, and that he has moved forward, ensuring that we know that he's serious about his work. Believe it or not, you've heard him say that you can send him a text. Well, I did send him a text this morning and wish the team well, and as they stand up for Canada. So I know that whatever the outcome, I know that they're doing their very best as a team.
That's Lincoln's Mayor Sandra Easton. Mayor Easton, thanks so much for being with us tonight.